This is Endeavour OS running on an Intel Core 2 Duo with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigahertz processor, and booting from USB, so it's running in live mode. But I've got an SSD drive in here. I'm going to see how easy it is to install the system onto this laptop when it's already got an operating system on there. So hopefully it'll give me the option to partition the drive while I'm doing the install, so that I can put half of it for this operating system and leave half of it for Windows 7, which is running fine on the machine. Okay, so we've got the installer here. I'm just going to accept default options for the majority of things. I've got a choice of desktops, and KDE seems to be the current one, so we can go with this. Although XFCE could be a good choice because it's quite lightweight, but just go for this one as this is the current one. Here is where we want to make room. So let's see, can we drag this? Yep, so that'll be split in half. That should be fine. So it all looks fine. It's made it relatively easy for me. And yeah, let's install it. That took about 15 minutes. So if we restart now, hopefully we're going to get the choice of booting into Endeavour or Windows. Let's just give it a chance. Here we go. Endeavour OS is based on Arch Linux. This is the laptop shutting down. So at some point I should be able to take out the USB drive. And it's rebooting. Take out the USB and it'll boot from the built-in SSD, and we've got a choice of Windows 7 or Endeavour. So let's go for Endeavour, and hopefully as it's booting from the SSD it should be much quicker. This machine has SATA 2, so the speeds from an SSD are much quicker than a normal laptop hard drive, and should be quicker than booting from USB as well. So this is real time booting up now. I've not sped it up, but we're at the desktop. That was really quick. That was great. So I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. It's remembered the Wi-Fi settings. I can update the mirrors and native packages. So yeah, why don't I just give that a try, see what happens. And sure, it's remembered UK, so that's fine. Let's go to general info, let's see what's here. So why don't we bring up a terminal, see if we've got Neo Fetch. Nope. Have we got HTOP? Nope. Have we got top? Yes. And is it still the same command? Interesting, it's giving us a warning first about running sudo. Let's have a look at the package manager. I've just gone to Firefox, search for something, and the trackpad doesn't scroll, so I can't scroll down to see the options. So I'm going to have to plug in a mouse so that I can actually use the scroll feature to scroll down and click the option to reject all. Pacman is the package manager, so let's have a look. Here we are, run Pacman. Okay, so it's a command line package manager. That's not really what I want from a Linux package manager. I'd rather have some kind of graphical interface. So I suppose there was something here where we've got options to install additional apps and things. There was a program, wasn't there, that I was using before. We've got a variety of apps. Okay, so I've updated the database. I'm basically going to have to try and work out how you install apps on Endeavour, because this is not obvious. Okay, this quick start installer is what I want, so that I can sort of go for the different options selected here. I may as well install Chrome. Let's have a look at GIMP. Could be interesting. Maybe in a different video I'll have a look at that, but I'll put it on here now. Image viewers. Miscellaneous system tools. Office. PDF. Personal finance. Security. Text editors. And video players. May as well get VLC, so I'll install those. It does ask for the password quite a lot. Look at it go. It's quite interesting. Press enter to resume. Great. We've got Chrome. We've got GIMP. We've got VLC. And this is version 3.0.4. And it looks nothing like Photoshop. People do say you can use this as an alternative to Photoshop, but it looks nothing like Photoshop. It's similar, you know, in the way that most applications look similar, because they often have menus at the top and icons on the left and then things on the right. But yeah, it's not a clone of Photoshop, obviously. Right, let's quit that. We've got VLC. Let's go on the internet and the usual, go to WebGL Aquarium. And this problem has occurred on this laptop before. It just doesn't want to work. Let's go to YouTube and have a look at a video. It's quite nice and colourful. Let's just watch this one.
Introducing remarkable paper.
Mute the adverts. See how long it takes to go to full width and then full screen. And let's bring up some stats. So it's using the VP09 codec, which is the more modern codec, and it's at 720p. Let's turn off ambient mode. And playback seems relatively smooth. There are some dropped frames, so we could put the H.264 plugin to improve the speed. In fact, it'd be worth putting Brave on here, because anything to speed up the internet and have less to process will help. So if we're able to put some ad blocking on, then we could speed up the performance of this. But you can hear the fan has sort of kicked in more. But otherwise, this seems to be working quite nicely. Let's go to BBC Sport and have a look how many different tabs we can get open. So I've asked it to open 4 now. Just going to keep going and see if it slows down while I'm right clicking and opening new tabs. Up to 8. And with this last tab, we've now got 10 tabs open. Scrolling is quick. It's quite quick to draw in all the different elements on the page. And why don't we have a look at the weather? So this is running really nicely. We've got Firefox with lots of things open. Let's have a look at System Monitor. So this is System Monitor. We've got 2.8 gigabytes of physical memory used out of the 4 gigabytes total. And it's used about 10 gigabytes on the disk. And this is the CPU usage here. And the thing using the CPU is, in fact, the System Monitor. So if we didn't have the System Monitor running, we might be sitting here with very little processor usage. Let's have a look at the top. Let's see if we get a responsive system. So Firefox is running. We can close this. And the CPU usage has dropped down dramatically. So there we have Endeavour. If we right click, we've got desktop and wallpaper. We've got display configuration, and we can go for the different wallpapers. Mouse action can be configured. And this runs quite nicely indeed. And we've also got the snap option for the windows. All looks rather nice. This is Endeavour OS using KDE Plasma Desktop. And this is the CPU. that was a very quick look at EndeavourOS on an old laptop. Runs quite nicely. The SSD drive helps with boot up speeds. And the install was quite straightforward. So, what do you think? Is this an operating system you've used? Have you run into any problems with it? Or do you use something else? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye. Clicking more system information brings up this one about the system info center, where you'll also get the system monitor and energy information. So this is useful for the battery status of a laptop. This battery has 33% health and remaining energy is considerably lower than the original capacity of this battery. It is an old laptop and the battery is probably the same age as the laptop, which is pretty old, probably about 15 years, maybe more.